Okay, so welcome to what I originally thought was going to be the Al and Sal show. I thought it would
just
be
Al and Al works. That we can go with that.
The what?
You got to prove yourself first, obviously. So
right, but no, I was coming from the flip side of therapy. Was originally my podcast idea, like to show the other side of how therapy's done. I thought it was a good play on words. Good play on words.
That's a good play on words. Yeah. I mean, the good thing, I don't know anything about therapy, so.
Yeah. No, I don't know if I know much about therapy either, so.
You're the pro.
Right.
For sure.
Anyway. So one thing I was thinking we could talk today about, well, we were originally going to talk about dating, the new scene in dating and the.
We can do that.
Right. Dating and the, what was
How's
it?
dating going for you? Right. Yeah. we can start there. Yeah.
It's not well. Not well. How's it going for you?
Terribly, but there's a reason. I think I understand from the male perspective why it's difficult.
Right.
In general.
Okay.
I think social media has changed everything. The internet's changed everything. I think, my opinion, there's a rule that I heard, the 90-10 rule. Have you heard this before?
What is it?
They're saying that 90% of women are looking for the same 10% of men.
Yeah.
So they all want, I made a reference earlier. They all want, 6'2", rich, blonde hair, blue-eyed, right?
Right.
But there's only a handful of those guys.
Right.
But every woman thinks that they're entitled to that person.
But you don't think that's a reverse? You don't think that women think this? Women think the same thing?
No, I think women think that they're entitled. Men don't think that. So what I'm saying is,
men are looking for
I think if you have so average say you have 2 5s. We're going on a scale of 1 to 10, okay. Right? You have 2 5s. A woman that's a 5 will still have access to sex.
Okay.
A man in this climate is a 5 will have access to sex because other girls that are 5s want 7s and 8s. They don't see.
So you're saying men have an unfair advantage?
No, women do for dating.
For dating.
Yeah, I mean that's yes. They yes. So what I'm saying is that you have no woman anywhere like right now is looking for an average guy. Are you looking for an average guy?
No, but let me ask you a question. Are you looking for an average girl?
Well,
no, answer the question. I mean, are you looking for an average girl?
I'm not looking for anybody, but no, I'm not looking for average. But average, okay, that's a fair question, but it's not exactly. It's actually not fair.
No,
because,
but
so okay,
but then we'd have to stipulate what is average. We'd have to what is average. We can
go there. If we're both average, what I'm saying is that both of us being 5, so to speak, right? Okay. I'm not looking for average. You're not looking for average, but you have a greater chance as an average woman having sex at some point versus an average man. So
based on what? Based on
men are easier to sleep with. Right?
Okay, that's the qualifier.
I mean, definitely, because it's like, yes, because this is the qualifier. That's known throughout history because
women. I mean, okay.
Yes, men are easier to sleep with. So on that, if you take,
men are sluttier.
Yes, but I think that's genetic. It's part of how we're built. Okay. I'm not just yes, correct. Yes.
Okay.
But if you have guys that are middle-aged or whatever that are going years without having sex because if you take a guy, the average guy is 5'8", 5'9", probably a little overweight, frumpy, I don't know. Like a regular guy.
I hope the average guy is 5'8".
5'9", maybe. I don't know. Yeah. Around that, yeah.
Okay.
So it's like that guy, it takes a lot, and I'm kidding off so many things, to be a man, it takes a lot to go out in public and approach women.
No matter what. Okay.
No, average or not. This is the span of all men.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So as you succeed, obviously you get more confidence. But as a woman, your goal is not to go out and talk. You're going out saying, I'm going to meet somebody tonight because bam. Right. So you're going to go out. Like most guys don't go out with no money because they go out with no money. They're not going to be drinking anything. Or not meeting anybody. Okay. So it's that thing. So a lot of times if you have a guy that is on social media or just watching general the certain climate of the world, even America, or even Orlando, in this area, people think they have to look like that. See, I don't look like that, but I don't let it wear on me.
Right.
Because I like being me.
Right.
Because I'm sociable, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I have friends that I know that will sit, they're younger than me, they'll just sit, be scared, go out and get the feelings hurt.
So why is it so hard for people to connect, we're finding today? Like, why is this, loneliness epidemic happening? Or, why are people having this trouble, finding... apps aren't working. People are ghosting. What's the craziness with people not being able to connect?
if I'm guessing, and this is like anecdotal, I think that people, don't know how to have conversations. People that really can't just talk. I mean this. If you go out, I don't know how you when you're working your therapy and everything, but people simply can't talk.
You think that's something that they've lost due to social media, or something they've lost due?
I think it's lost. Yeah, I think it's lost because it's so many different levels. So
people know how to talk. People know how to have a conversation
about what? I mean, nonsense. They talk about nonsense. Literally, they babble, and then
you mean something that's not of value or in depth, or a conversation that doesn't have any.
And even yes. So
okay,
you're not really taught how to talk to somebody, learn how to get the chance to learn them.
Right.
But also you have to get the sense to know yourself too. Like so many things that go into this, because I think somehow the world has gotten more superficial, especially I guess in our area or America, whatever. It's so superficial. So people just shut you down before you can even get, like, I grow on people.
Right.
Right.
You grow.
I grew on. Yeah. I'm like, fucking over here. Right? So I grow on people. So a lot of times people don't give. So much is based on the first instance of it. But it's so reinforced by looking at the shit all day.
Right.
That's not people. People don't actually look like that.
Right. No,
they're not even close to that. They don't look like that.
Right.
You're looking at, so many things are manipulated. Like, this is like the 99%
But they say that the suicide rates are the highest today.
Men, for sure.
For sure. That loneliness is an epidemic.
Yes.
All sorts of research shows that these trends towards, people isolating, feeling not attached, and working at home more. All this stuff, and it's like, how do people connect? How do we get the message?
It's tough because everything's here, so you can do you can like get your dopamine from talking to somebody for a little bit. You can watch porn all day. You can do all stuff. You don't have to ever leave your fucking house.
Yeah, you don't.
So then when you go out, you're like, fuck, what am I doing out here?
Yeah, and then the outside is awkward. It's like,
and then when you're out, then you're drinking because. Right. I don't want to feel awkward. And I want to talk to people.
Right.
So then you have these things. I mean, this shit is bad.
And so it's just filter after filter after filter.
It's bad. And I mean, I crave that because it's fun.
Right.
Right? Oh, it's fun. But is it?
And the older you are, you've got relationship after relationship from the past. You know, if you're older, dating in your 30s, 40s, 50s, you've got your bag of...
Yes.
Your bag of...
It's and a lot of it
drama and all the stuff that comes with it.
It is, and some of the stuff I've gotten from you is letting go. And I was just talking to my brother, right? And I was taking him to the airport,
right?
And he was like, what do you say? So, like, what do you say? I'm being
right.
It's like, what do you say? What do you make girls like? Right. I'm like, my brother. You can't say anything to anybody. They know. Mm-hmm. They know. Now, it can change a little, but they already know, like, oh, okay, I'm interested. Or they see something, whatever. They already know. You can't talk somebody into liking you. Either, I don't know what makes the switch flip. I don't know how that works.
How do you talking someone into liking you? What?
Well, he was asking me, like, so what do you text or what do you say? I was like, what I do is I'm just me.
Right.
Right? And I was like, if you do that...
That'd be great if we could have a handbook of, like, how to talk someone into liking you. Or an official texting... But
I mean, there's tactics. No, there's tactics.
Yeah, there are tactics.
There's tactics you can get somebody's attention because girls are fickle beasts, you know?
Really?
Oh, my God. So it's how... I've been doing that for a while. They're fickle beasts. They want to see... In social settings, they want to see certain characteristics. And
what are those characteristics, would you say?
I mean, simple things are always... So, my opinion.
Okay.
Men rank aesthetics higher than women rank aesthetics. They like it, but it's not all ending. You know what I'm saying? So, they'll put a higher... Like, on intelligence and humor goes a long way with women. It does.
Okay. Yeah.
But also, it's how... You have to, like... my dad told me about World War II. Mm-hmm. There's something called a Panzer attack. You ever hear this? So you attack the flank. You attack the side. So if I like you, I'm not going to come right at you. I'm going to talk to some of your friends, right? And kind of like circle you and kind of stand next to you because you'll let me know, oh, he's standing next to me now. You know you all are. I'm here now.
Okay.
So this is your chance to say, hey. Right? So I try to, and I'm not a professional. I know how to get...
it's manipulative.
It's not manipulating. It's not. It's how y'all work, literally. It's the direct approach is not the best.
Right.
You have to let it marinate.
Right.
You know,
you have to let us think that we came up with the idea, maybe.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
We like. Or let it create mystique, mystery.
Yes, all day, because y'all want the story.
Yes.
You want the story.
Does he like me? Does he not?
Yes, you want the story.
Yes, we do. You
want the story. You want the romance. Oh my, you want the story. So if you have that, you have to help them create the story. I actually get that from a book. But yeah. Reading is fundamental, actually.
Yes.
A lot of what I've told.
Absolutely, of course.
There's books like The Art of Seduction is a good one. The 4% Man is a good one. These things work because they work. Like y'all don't think like us. But even in my opinion, this is part of the problem too. If you want to date, anything you want, you have to like research it and put things into action. It's not going to fall in your lap.
Of course.
But I think a lot of us think, I don't know. I think like we want sex, right? But you think it's just going to fall. It's fall in your lap.
Right. Yeah.
It's not going to fall in your lap.
It's not going to fall in your lap.
No, more so for y'all. They're like, oh, but for us, we have to like, you have to go get it.
Right.
Yeah, not go get it. You just have to.
But it's also a mindset. I mean, so much of it's like, yeah, you can work out and do all that stuff, but it's also about just like getting out, and it's a mindset. It's what you're telling your mind.
A lot? You mean like affirmations?
Yeah, no, or just the mindset of just like, you know, everyone's so hard on themselves. Everyone's like, you know, everyone's beating themselves up so much. It's like, I mean, I find.
My daughter said something that I don't know if it's true or not. She said, Papa, people think they're 20% less attractive than they actually are. Because we see ourselves all the time.
Right.
So we don't like the way we look.
Yeah.
And I think that's a pandemic amongst everybody.
Right.
Like we all walk around
it's amplified with social media, but it's like, you know, but it's like, you know, nobody sees you the way you see yourself, or everyone's seeing you differently.
Different.
Yeah.
Yes. I deal with that.
Yeah. I think everyone, of course.
It's like, man. And even then you're still with them because, I mean, there's somebody for everybody, but you have to go find that person. Right. It's just difficult because we're all staying inside.
Yeah.
And we're not really trying to educate ourselves on how to get that thing. You gotta figure it out.
And everybody wants instant gratification now.
Yeah.
Now. They want it yesterday. Now.
God, that's what it is.
It is. And nobody wants to wait for anything.
So women want marriage or a relationship or somebody. In your estimation, I'm just asking. Or they just want just cash. They want status. What is it?
No, I mean, I don't, you know, so what, I mean, you know, this is a loaded question. I don't know, but I think a lot of the clients I see are come across, they want, no, women want connection, authenticity. They want honesty, which is, good luck. Okay. Sorry. I was watching this podcast.
That's tough.
I was watching this podcast. I know this is probably going to be the worst thing ever, but this guy was, you know, he was talking and he said, listen, he's like, I hate to say it, but you know, basically he's like, you know, if an attractive woman comes across your man's, you know, scope, they're gonna cheat.
I mean,
when he said that, when he said that, I was like, oh my gosh. He goes, it's hard not to. And I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, okay, wait. He's like, but let's back this up. A good practice would be take him out there, test him out. And I'm thinking, but it's not, but really what he's doing was he's trying to get us to understand the wiring, that it's not emotion, there's no emotional connection, that it is more just a physical kind of thing, that kind of exchange.
Yeah.
But more than likely, if you are like, if you were dating an attractive man, if I was dating a 10, and I was to think that, you know, he would never. I'm just saying, I'm trying to be a realist. I'm just saying, and maybe I'm wrong in saying this, but I am starting to explore and open up to the idea that maybe monogamy, just saying, isn't always, I don't know if the system's broken, but it's
not for everybody.
Yeah, but it may not be for everybody, but it's not, it's dumb of us to think that we're not going to be like, oh, well, I'm just, I'm with someone and I only have eyes for you, even though this guy is hot as fuck. And look, this person is.
Because people can't have conversations. So people can't think in general. But also the 10, and I've learned this myself, the 9 to 10, they aren't always most confident people either, though.
No,
so you
absolutely.
think that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so, but I think also, yes, men are going to look, men would want that. But a lot of men can't get that.
Right.
You follow me? Right. It's like, it's so many things that go into it because,
and why is that? Why is it harder today? I don't know. Why is it harder?
Because everybody cares what everybody else thinks. That's what it comes down to. Because if you like this person, now it's Instagram and Facebook and everything. So the person that you like, you have to present to the world to be able to sign off on it.
Right.
You understand? So if you're not presentable for or social media, then I have to see you in secret because I want to present off. Look at this.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I think people think that.
I guess. Well, I don't really care about social media. I
think people, they think, oh my God, look at this because everything is blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But,
what you see.
So I mean, it's
so shallow.
It is.
And I like to think that we're in this. I like to think that I've been doing all this work, all this just to awaken people and to help.
I mean, you have, but it's just. Oh no. What happens is you get lonely and you go to your basic instincts because we're sociable people. We want attention. Right. We want somebody to touch me and talk to me and care about me, right? Yeah. And so, or do you want somebody that you can show that everybody thinks they love and touch and care about you, but they really don't?
Yeah. No.
So I think living that. You're lying to yourself.
Right.
I think that's so much worse than just accepting. That's what I've done recently. This is how it is.
Yeah.
And it's okay because it's my life. I can live it as flawed and fucked up as you might think it is because I'm trying to figure it out. And at that point in time, at this point in time, I did the best I could with the information that I had. So you don't like it, you can exit whenever you want to.
It's learning to not personalize things so much.
Nobody gives a fuck. So
not to personalize things. So
what's that? It was the four things.
The Four Agreements by John Miguel
exactly.
Ruiz,
Yes, there you go.
I always want to work that in.
So no, because it's a good.
Yes, of course, that book changed my life. It was a game changer.
Don't take anything personal, right? It's not
nothing in life is personal. Yes. Nothing anyone says to us, thinks of us.
You're thinking they're not even thinking about you. They didn't see any of that stuff. They don't.
It's all
give
filtered
a shit.
through their interpretation, their lens, their ideas of the way they see the world. And if you choose to see the world through their eyes, then their poison becomes your poison. So the question is, it's a really powerful.
I like that. A little sass.
Yeah, it's really powerful. No, it's really powerful because it talks about, everybody, we all have this filter. We're all seeing life through our different filters, and so it's, your experiences. But if I say I think you're an asshole, and then if something innately inside of you says I'm not good enough, then I'm spitting poison out and you're going to drink it because you're like, you know what, man, how does she know? She's right. I'm not good enough. I am a jerk. I am this. But the thing is no, he doesn't know because all I'm doing is I'm projecting my reality onto yours. But we've made an agreement and somewhere we've locked into this agreement and we agree to it and then it becomes like a law or it becomes like a truth. And there's the thing is we need to re-challenge those agreements and go through them and be like, no, I don't know, why do I tell myself that all the time? Or when someone's but we take things so personal and also looking at our ego along the side, okay, someone comes up to you and says, I think you're what's something that somebody said recently that made you that they said that you took personally. It's that hurt. I don't like that.
I look like a frog.
Yeah. Did you look at a frog? Okay, so then what? Okay, that's right. So what? Why did that hurt? Why was it personal?
It wasn't personal. It was personal the 100th time, But at first it was but I think it was personal because I don't always like the way that I look, right?
Right.
So if somebody says that, you're like, oh, okay, maybe I am a frog, and I don't think frogs are really cute. They're slimy.
I've got the cutest one in the other room. I have the cutest one in the other room. I do.
So,
I'm sorry you're bringing it.
So you already got a frog. Yeah. But you take it, I took it personal because they confirm my own belief that I'm ugly. Right? So, oh yeah, they're right. Fuck, how do they know? Damn it.
And they don't know.
They have no idea.
Right. They don't know.
Man,
and they're sending out venom and poison to be hurtful. And when you drink it and swallow it up, it becomes yours. And that's where it hurts.
Why would I gravitate when somebody says, oh, man, you are cute, handsome, whatever? Why is it oh, not really? When somebody says you're ugly, oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, my, you're so right. Yeah. They're all dumb. Yeah. You're the one that's smart. Because that means I feel that way, obviously, because why do I gravitate towards that? Right?
Yep. So wouldn't it be better to stay in the space of I am no greater than or less than, I'm no bigger, I'm it's staying.
It would be.
Yeah, staying in. I mean, that would be then the I am staying in that space of the middle of being there are going to be people that are way more prettier, less whatever. Just don't get on the highs, don't get on the lows, but realizing that life it's all about expansion and there's infinite possibilities and outcomes. Infinite ideas, infinite ways to see any one thing. And if we could just be a little more patient and be like, okay, I may think I know the right answer, but let me see it from this perspective.
I love talking
or this perspective, or this perspective. Then maybe we have an opportunity to go, wow, I can learn something, and we can shut the fuck up.
No, do you think that's great? Oh my God, what? That's great, but do you think everybody has capacity to do that? Like, looking from somebody else's perspective, I don't think genetically we all have the ability to do that. Does that make sense to you or no?
I mean, yeah, oh yeah, it makes sense. I mean,
like some of people, I don't
sense. I would like to think that they can with a lot of DMT.
With what I was telling you about earlier, the person I was telling you about, I don't think they have the ability. They're not self-aware on any level. Right. So it's like no idea what I'm talking about.
So the average person is, so there's this so the map of consciousness, if you were to look it up, it's
Smarty Pants.
Right. What?
The map of consciousness. Go ahead.
No, it's oh gosh, what's his name? I can't remember the name of the person. Anyway,
map of consciousness.
The idea is this: is that different people reside at a different scale of consciousness at different levels. Meaning, let's say there's 1,000 is enlightenment. You know, that's Jesus. You know, Buddha, enlightenment. That 0 is kind of like we consider like elimination. Now, so the idea being that most people live in states of like anger, rage, fear, shame. Elimination, wanting to like, tribal, like, just fear, all that stuff, hatred. That's really, a lot of people reside on that. So on the scale, and I'm going to bring it next video, I'm going to have it, but it goes to 1,000. Half the world lives at a frequency or an awareness of a 200 or below. But when you when you go slightly below, so when you go slightly above that, that's the stage of like the right and wrong. When you're talking to someone who believes they're right and you're wrong, there's no you cannot have a conversation with that person.
Correct.
And so, think about it. Like when people are like, no, yeah, that's great and all, but you know what? I know the truth is this. I don't know. And you go back and forth and back and forth. That they're asleep, and I call those people. So they're in the 200 or below.
They're everywhere though.
Yeah. Now, so going up higher than 200. David Hawkins, that's the person. Okay. David Hawkins, please look him up, map of consciousness. But going higher into 300s, you have ability to peacefulness, resilience, forgiveness. You've got stages of patience. You've got
patience is a stage.
Yeah, you've got you have forgiveness. You're not there wrestling with the anxiety, anger. You go up higher, feelings of love, bliss, and it goes all the way up higher, so the idea is that, can we live in those states? Absolutely. But it's like, I may not agree with the political views of my neighbor or, whatever, sexual orientation, but, it's not like, but we live harmoniously together, and they drive my kids to school, I drive their kids to school, and we agree to disagree. That's a more mature,
I agree.
If we could all live there.
In this climate, I agree with that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, when you get to someone's innate belief, and it's only because it's so myopic, I know, because this is my own filter.
Yes, but you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
But everything outside of it is just fear, right? So you cannot have a conversation with someone who thinks they're right.
So, yes. And then you have to remove yourself, right? So you just don't interact with that person then, because, we're like screaming. I spent time trying to give, when somebody doesn't like you, right? Like, I don't like you, I'm not attracted to you, I don't do anything with you, but I'm giving you more.
Right.
You're like, you can give me all you want to, I want nothing to do with that. You follow me? So it's the same situation. I realize personally, I'm jumping around, that I was wasting my energy because that person, we don't gel, our frequencies aren't the same.
Right.
So me just giving you more what you don't want is just a waste of my time.
Right.
Because there are people that do want.
But we have to make sure, but watch out, because like, when you go up higher, there's abstract thinking comes in. Abstract thinking is like, you represent, Japan or North Korea. I represent the United States, and it's like, oh, I don't like what you said, I'm hitting the button. No, it's like, wait, I may not like what you said, but let me try to get behind your thinking and understand it to the best of my ability. I'm not going to exactly land on it, but I can at least try to understand it and then make an informed decision. People don't have that. They're like, nope. That doesn't fit into my schema. That doesn't fit into my goodness. So nope, it's not gonna work. And it's like, hit the button, war. And it's like, that's where we need to expand, and that's where people are stuck.
Like why somebody did what they did.
Yeah.
Trying to understand why they did that.
Yeah, and that's just our programming and our patterning, and that comes a lot from childhood and understanding, like, you know, well, I just like it's who was it? Who you think you are is who somebody told you are. You know, and I heard that
all day.
Sadhguru said that. He says, who you think you are is who other people have told you are. You then? And I remember hearing that, and I was like, oh my gosh, we are accumulation of what other people have told us. You're cute, you're a boy, you're a girl, your name is this, you're that. Our titles, our labels, you'd be better if you do this, this, this. And you peel that back and you're like, oh my gosh, if you really sit with that, who you think you are is who other people have told you are. That will rattle you if you sit there. If you really want to do some work on yourself. I didn't like, when I heard it, I wanted to puke.
But who are you then at that point?
Right, exactly. The question
I have no
is,
idea.
and then it's like, well, then maybe you want to do the work. And then that's the work to go into. Then maybe I need to start understanding, well, I thought I was this and maybe I'm not. Or like I thought I was, that's, you know, whether it be through therapy or whether it be through, you know, whatever form you want to do it in, you know, doing the shadow work, but it's that work of like undoing that
leads you to happiness?
The archetypes, so like the mask you've been wearing or the roles you've been playing. So like, let's say.
It's exhausting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like.
But it's also, if you accept that you're wearing a mask, most people cannot handle that because we all are. I mean, I don't know who's not. We're all on some level, I'm assuming, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
But it's like, so if you don't.
Right.
You have to wear it to survival.
Absolutely. The child, you know, the child, like, you know, they always say return to the childlike spirit, but when, you know, when we're born, you know, you see a kid in a playground at the age of, you know, they don't care if they're wearing polka dots and stripes. They're like, oh, life is free. But, you know, eventually in 3rd or 4th grade, I'll tell you what.
Gotta be cool.
Yeah. They're going to be picked on if they go that kid. So they learn to be like the class clown, the avoider, the hustler, or the goody two shoes. Or here comes the perfect,
but that's going to happen.
All those little things, all this little, does that mean? All those little things start to form and shape. And they're based on your childhood, whatever. Maybe you're the middle child, the hero, the rescuer. Carl Jung talks a lot about the archetypes. And so understanding those roles we play, and that creates, and can go into creating what we call the ego. Our ego, that's the thing that is like this, our fighter. This one comes out. It's like, you're not, you don't agree with me? Watch how I can get, you know, that the parts of us that come out at any stage are the narratives that we have created, and those are these people. So
the gravity of these conversations is good. I mean, it's true. I honestly, going back to the dating and everything else, I think lives are so hard right now in general that I don't know if people have the time to do the work, but also people are working hard to make ends meet, so to speak, and then they don't have a time to be the person that can get the girl or get the guy, right? Yeah. I mean, I guess when that's not necessarily true, you probably have time. I don't. It's just like so many things, you know?
I think people have time. I think fear is just running the script.
It's everywhere. You kidding me? It's everywhere.
And people are so afraid of.
I was scared of you.
Yeah.
Huh?
You are not.
Yes, I was scared of you. I'm not scared now.
Please.
I know, boy. I was scared of you.
Please, no, you were not. Give me
stop it.
Break.
Please. Anyway, don't. But yes.
We went to high school together. Do be quiet. What are you afraid of me? I was such no.
Like I was saying, but fear, I had fear for a while. I still have fear on some level.
I love that acronym, false evidence appearing real.
It's not, none of it's real.
Yeah.
You know what's real? You just being scared to do what you should be doing. I guess, I don't even know what's the right way to say it.
Yeah.
Like, you can, and a lot of things I see on Instagram, there's so many things that are positive that I see, and maybe because my algorithm is a little slightly different. I see things that are like motivation and goals and dreams and that like that. And it's like, the biggest way to be successful is do the things you said you're going to do, period. Yeah. If you just start doing what you said, I'm guilty as anybody else. You start doing those, your life will change, literally. Yeah. Just pick one thing, and it's not even a race. Oh, that's what I heard recently. A guy, I don't know who even was, he was talking about life. He said, take it slowly.
Right.
Like, just calm down.
Yes.
And like the last couple of days when I've been working, it's like, it's not an emergency. Just take it slowly. It's okay. Breathe for a second. Slow down. Like, slow down. Slow down. Just do this. Right. Because the response is, and you're getting upset and frustrated, but it's like, breathe.
Right, breathe.
Like right now, I'm healthy. Yeah. Right?
So really, it all comes back to be present, be in the now.
That's hard.
Yeah,
because the anxiety comes because you're here,
yep.
and then the guilt comes because you're there, right?
Yep.
When you shouldn't be here,
The mind doesn't want to be present. It wants...
It's hard to fight.
It wants to catastrophize, awfulize.
Is that a word?
Catastrophize and awfulize.
Is that a word?
No, but it's a counseling word. But it always wants to run... It always wants to run to the future, doesn't it?
Yes, because you think that it's better, but it doesn't exist. You know what you have? Literally. And like, get this when I'm with you. You have literally right now.
Now?
That is it.
Right. And right now, hold on. Right now, how many problems are there? Right now... I don't know much. And then now, right?
I have no problems right now, literally.
But wait, there's now.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's going to be now.
Yeah.
And then now.
Yeah.
But then there's now. And so, see, the mind wants to be like, yeah, but in a week, but tomorrow, da-da-da.
I know.
Constantly. If we can't create space between those thoughts, if we can't create the space between thoughts, then we're just one continuous narrative running, and then we're getting panic. Our mind
so much work
is creating a panic attack. It thinks we're dying. That's what panic attacks are from.
I'm literally have to remind myself.
I'll tell you, I do.
It's okay.
I know.
Whatever problems, you know what's going to happen? You know Bill Burr, he's a comedian.
Yeah.
So... he's talking about like worrying. They make it sound so easy. He's like, why worry now? Because it's going to happen one way or the other. Yeah. Just worry about it then. Don't worry about it now. Just relax. Like, so in my mind, I create all these rules, right? So I'm not going to drink for a week. I'm going to work out for a week. I'm going to, like, just take today. It's okay.
Right.
Whatever I do right now is okay. Just right now, it's okay. Right now.
Yeah.
And stop carrying, we all carry all this bullshit. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, literally. Yeah. I want to just relax and...
Yeah, but it says the mind makes a wonderful servant, but a horrible master. It's mastering all of us.
It'll drive you crazy.
It's mastering all of us. It's just a chatterbox.
Doesn't... What I'm doing now, I'm going to be selfish for a minute. I'm learning that I have value and the things that I say mean things and that I just need to calm down. Right. It's going to be okay. Right. Literally. I'm a good enough whatever it is I'm doing. Right.
And then on the flip side, it's our ego. Like, how big of us to think, like, oh no, the things aren't working my way. Like, it's
it's funny. It's
it is. Like, how big of us to think, like, oh no, everybody's out to get me. No, it's not. Life is just happening. Life is just happening. Experiences come in and out. The flow, the river, the tides come in and out. We're the ones being like, that tide's too slow. It's not tall enough. We're the ones. Life is just happening. And we are part of it.
You know Gary Vee, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was saying something recently. He's like, you're going to be dead for a long, long, long time.
Right.
He's like, so when you're dead, that's going to be it.
Right.
You're going to be dead for a long time. So just try. One thing that I am fortunate for is that I fucked up a lot. Yeah. Which means that I'm trying to live, right? Yeah. And I've done things like, oh my God, I fucked that up. But you know, I'm still here.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Well, the other things I could not be here. I've done a ton of dumb shit. But
the mess ups are like a teacher. That's where we learn, like, how to autocorrect. What do I, like, sift and sort through it. Like, what do I need to do better? Like, how do I improve?
And I know. And my personal mistake is that I want to do it all at once when it's not how it works. Yeah. You get to take a little centimeter now. Right? You might get an inch tomorrow. Yeah. But just... get a centimeter today. It's fine, you know? So it's like...
And then we just not crawl back into tears. Like, I want now. I want now. Like a little 2-year-old temper tantrum, right?
And you know what? You don't.
Right. You don't. Yeah, because if you had it, you wouldn't know how to handle it. At all. It'd be too much.
At all,
yeah.
And have you ever gotten what you wanted and been happy?
No, of course not. Because the struggle is, that's the journey. It is. Like, when I built my company all on my own, you know, blogging and everything, and then seeing the rewards of it, it was such a good feeling because I knew I had done that. You know, it wasn't if somebody just given it to me or I'd just gotten it right away. No, but I would get up 4:30 every morning and blog and blog and like. And I remember my first time out the gate, it didn't work. And I remember having to shut down. And I came back to Orlando, tried a second time. And I was like, but I was determined. And I was just I worked hard. And I just start to see it pay off. And started to see it pay off. And that was, and I could truly say like, wow. But it was a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. Yeah. And it's true. Yeah. Because if something's handed to me, I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have known the struggle.
I get a lot of things handed to me. I mean, I blew it pretty much every time. But it's just, I think in general, when we got off of the dating thing, it's harder for men, obviously, chicks. Right. But I think a lot of it is, I don't know how you adjust to, like a lot of people meet online. Online is so convenient for women because y'all are pretty. Like, dudes don't look good. I mean, not the same way. Dudes aren't pretty. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
I mean,
well, yeah, I guess we can wear makeup and...
Okay, well, I think that, going back to averages, the average woman, a 5 is a chick and a 5 is a guy. The 5 is a female looks better. Women are prettier, or their girls are.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to say? It's not coming out right.
Got it.
But because, like, I was looking at stats. They were looking like height, weight, all kind of stuff. The average guy's, doesn't look how we think they should look. Right. One way to say it.
Okay.
Because we think attractiveness is, we all think 8.5, 9, but that's unrealistic as fuck, like literally. You know? Yeah. 7s are nice. 6.5 and 7, that's nice. Yeah. You know, but it's like, we're all thinking that we're entitled to...
Right, yeah.
No, you're not, actually. You're not.
So what are you trying to say? I'm not entitled
to... You can shoot harder than I can. You're a chick. You're pretty different. I'm a guy. So, you think you're entitled to what? 11? No. I mean, I don't...
No.
And also, I think that changes because we both know that as far as aesthetics, somebody can be a 10 and still be a 2.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So what you want is you want an amalgamation, is that a word? Of looks and intelligence, what you were saying before, sincerity, authenticity, honesty, and that stuff.
And I would in this day and age, I would take someone who is actually awakened, literally like awakened, meaning self-aware.
Physically a 4, but self-aware.
Physically a 4.
You a lie. Please shut the.
Physically a 4. No, physically a 4 or 5. But has self-awareness, like takes ownership, isn't a victim, knows how to be assertive, like all the good stuff, you know. And I don't know if I see them on.
What happens?
You know, I see them on TV or whatever, the ones they're waking that are hot, but there's like maybe 10 of them, right?
On the planet, yes,
yeah. I mean, right.
That goes like what I was saying because there's literally so. And I'll use examples. When I was going out more, right? And I go to certain bars, it's literally the same 5 white guys that are 6'2", right? They're 6'2", athletic. They're dumb, but that's what women think they want.
Right.
It's the same guy there, and they murder a bar, and they hang out, then they move to the next bar, right? I mean, they're not doing anything wrong because they're thinking, and there's so many I'm like, man, I mean, they're not wrong, but if y'all can't see anything else, yes, you're crying. Right. The fuck you mean?
Yeah.
Where we thought that was going?
Right, exactly.
I mean, you have a good time. Now you're throwing a fit in the bar. Come on now, man, stop. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, in their head, I'm entitled to that. Well, so is Susie and Beth and Erica and whoever else. They're entitled as well. Yeah. And you know what? It's his job to make sure everybody gets what they want. You want some? You want some? You follow me? But so it's like, and guys are the same way. There's the same chick. So it's the same 8 people
right.
having all the fun, so to speak, right?
Right. Yeah.
But even they're miserable too, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you can do that, and then you have weeks where it's just you. You know, it's just we're in a space. It's just tough because if it just all of us is just high school too. Because if I meet you at a place and hey, you met out, whatever, we hang out sometime.
Right.
I meet my friends, whoever, and this never changes.
Right.
You fuck, whatever the fuck.
Right.
I'm 50. What do you mean? I've had sex before. What the fuck do you mean? It's going to happen.
Right.
Who gives a fuck? But we all do the same shit to where we don't ever stop that.
Right.
We don't get past that.
If we don't,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, so it's like, man, we just don't stop.
Yeah. We've got to raise our maturity.
There was, you know, Centrone and Corey. A long time ago, Centrone would have house parties, but it wasn't like parties. So you would come. It'd be like 20 people. And we get a Crown Royal bag. It sounds so silly. And we would write down topics and discuss, right? And we just take topics and we just talk 5 minutes about anything random. It was just conversations. And this is like 15 to 20. We're like in our 20s probably. You know, and it was the best times. Nice. We did it for like 4 or 5 months because we just had, the conversations went so far because it was different educations, backgrounds. And that kind of shit is fun.
Yeah.
I would love to have that.
Yeah.
It's just like conversation about why you think.
So we could get communities together to do that.
I would love that because honestly, I think I told about the book I was reading, Sober Curious, like a chick wrote it, but she was saying that she started having parties in New York that everybody was sober, and she thought it would be whack, but everybody wanted to stop drinking, but they couldn't because their friends are drinking.
Right.
So they wanted to go someplace and just be sober and talk and cry and laugh, and you build a community of like love, I guess, or because you start learning that.
And that's the authenticity. That's you're dropping that veil. You're being able to be yourself without that veil of alcohol that gives you that sense of like, you know, now I can be social because I have this.
Yes. There were so many conversations I've had with friends when I'm drinking or whatever. And most of the people that I've grown up with and I hang out with, they're super Trumpy, you know? It's not my guy, but I've learned that we grew up differently, see things differently. And until you have a conversation about where they're coming from, you know? And I understand sometimes, and sometimes I think in this place, but I'm not them.
Right.
I haven't been in their families. I know they've heard. They know what I've heard, but I realized that it's going to be okay, people, regardless. I promise you, no matter who gets it, America will be fine.
Right.
No, honestly, I believe this. I mean, I just don't think, and I'm getting off top, I just don't think that the way it's set up, the system in theory is built to work. So no matter who wins, you get 4 years, you got to keep it moving.
Right.
So no matter how bad you fuck it up or this right or that right, this shit will correct this course because the demographics of America are changing. You follow me?
Yeah.
So it's going to lean, you can fight, it's going a certain way. Like this hemisphere is going a certain way. So it's like, I don't know how I got on that, but it's just like, where was I going with that? I don't even get on that.
Just hope Kamala doesn't.
Oh my God, please stop. I think she's probably going to win, but I don't want people to go nuts is what I don't want people to do. Either way, I don't want people to like lose their mind over that.
Yeah. Well, if she wins, then we know that Hillary's running the country.
Oh my God. See,
but that's
when we get to this, they're all old.
Okay.
Like at this point, we're there
Obama,
now.
That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
At this point, I think that like it should be so with Trump, for instance. I don't think ex-presidents on that side of the aisle are talking to him because they don't like him. You follow me? For whatever reason. I don't think that's good because being in that position, you have unique experiences. You need somebody to talk to. You're not a genius by yourself, I promise you. So you need people around you that have experience dealing with things. And even though in theory it sounds good to have no experience, you're a businessman, whatever.
But he did have relationships with foreign policy. He did have relationships with foreign policy holders. Yes, he did.
No, I'm not saying he did. I think he did. I don't think that Trump, without being ad hominem, is a super bright guy. So he was dealing with people that Trump doesn't have culture. He should. He doesn't have these things. You know he doesn't. I don't think he has the things that where he can say, and you're a professional, I don't think that he can assimilate and play. He can't listen to you talk about what you think a good idea is. I don't think he has that ability. I think from what I've seen, I don't know, that he wants to say what he thinks, and that's kind of the end of it because I'm alpha macho man. I have no idea, you know? I think that the things that have said it again, it's second, I don't know.
I'm going beyond the things that have said. I do believe that there were some things during his presidency that did improve. And
what was that?
I do think that, I think that jobs were up. I think that I was supporting the wall. I know that people think that's a dumb idea, but I was.
So on that, when you look at the people that come here and stay here, it's expired visas. It's not people jumping the wall to get here because those people get caught or they get deported, whatever you want to say. There's so many things. So when we talk about immigration, I think people, they get lost. So this is like geopolitical going down the line.
Should we go here? Like,
just for a second. So the United States is having less babies, right? China's dealing with this. Russia's dealing with this. You know what continent's having babies? Africa and South America. So regardless of what you think about anything, if you're not having kids, your country's not going to exist. And on top of that, you know how the United States fights that? Because of immigration. People want to be here.
Yeah.
So Americans in general, like my dad had 3 kids. I have 1 kid. Tony has a kid. It's not, but I'm saying like Americans are having less children because they want to be out traveling. They're pushing it back. Whatever. People aren't having kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to have kids, but you don't want immigration. You're not going to have a country. Somebody has to staff all this shit. Like literally. So you know what's going to staff this country? South America. Nobody's coming here, idiots. I mean, people are coming here, but they're coming from the South. Europeans ain't coming to America in droves. They like it in Europe.
No, but they are taking insane asylums and prisons and dumping them onto our...
I mean, okay.
Yeah, they are. They are.
I would love to talk to your father about this. I would love this.
Oh, you think it's my father's influence?
No, I don't think it's that. No, I think that you've been influenced and I've been influenced by our families, right? Okay, right. And I come from a very liberal background, and you come from a very concerned.
Yeah. But that but that will be for another topic. But listen, I think this has been good for today, and I think that this has been a good.
Women got to bring it down. Yeah, average guys got to fuck with us. Got to do that.
All right, thanks for joining, and we'll talk to you later.
Sounds good.
Okay, bye.